Alright, what is up guys, and welcome on into the channel. Now today I want to be talking about Rocket Racing Season 2 and what it could be bringing to the table. Now Season 0 obviously giving us the game itself, Season 1 being Neon Rush, giving us new tracks, new cars, new collabs being in the form of Metallica, new challenges, and starter packs. Now, one thing I want to talk about is going to be how season 2 is going to be affecting the rest of the game, most likely, honestly. So season 2 will be probably affecting most of the game later on, but I'll get into that later. So if you are a hater of what is happening right now with Fortnite, then just stick around and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But first thing I want to talk about is the cars. Now, the car I want to talk about first being the Fennec. This car is loved and hated by many in the Rocket League community, but it is one of my favorite cars overall. It's a very sweaty car in Rocket League, and many people love it just based off of its design. I feel like it's going to sell a lot of cars, probably being only 1,500, honestly, because that's how much every Rocket League car is. Every Rocket League converted car, I should say. But we'll also talk about this car right here next, the Nexus, being not a car I've seen that much of, honestly. I wish I would see a lot more of it in Rocket League, but like I haven't. It's a car that looks really cool to me. It has a really good design, but I haven't really seen it before, if I'm completely honest. Also, this car right here, the boss car for this season, we've already got the Behemoth. Yeah, that's what it's called, the Behemoth, being Megalodon's SUV car, like mythic car on the Fortnite Battle Royale map. This car right here is Ringmaster Scar and the Machinist Scar that they have as their boss car. This is like the base form of it, and it could be coming into Rocket Racing sooner than we think, honestly, but I'll get into that a little bit later as well. But let's get into cars that have been in the files for a very, very long time, since January of 2024, honestly. Update 28.20. Now, here is the leak from FN Assist from back then. It says the Ferrari F430, the BMW E30 389, the Ferrari 458, the Citroen C3 R5, and the Whiplash. Now, you'll notice none of those cars we have gotten, but we have gotten the Sentio before in the game already. So that gives a lot of credibility to these leaks, as well as Phenicist being an actual credible leaker themselves. So I'm hoping that these cars will come sooner than later, because I would really, really love to have another SUV in the form of probably the Citroen, honestly, because that thing's an off-road rally car. So I'm really hoping we can see that in the near future. But let's get into the next cars, being this leak right here over by Sam Leaks on Twitter. Now, the battle bus is on this one. Actually, hold on. May I ask for a second? Why are the battle bus and the Whiplash not into the game yet? Like, is Fortnite or like is Epic having some sort of trouble bringing them into the game? Have like giving them Rocket Racing mechanics, because Rocket Racing mechanics are basically the same as Rocket League mechanics, and they're already in Rocket League. So I don't really see why these cars aren't in there yet, being as they're already base cars inside of Fortnite Battle Royale itself. But anyway, let's get on a little bit further into this. Let's get on to the Corvette C7. Many of you may recognize this car, even if you're not a car lover, because this is a very iconic car. The Corvette in general is a very iconic car, because Chevrolet is a very iconic company, honestly. Like, whether it doesn't matter if you're like a luxury brand or not. Like, if you have like luxuries in your house, or if you can not really afford that kind of stuff, people still know this car. Honestly, this is one of the most popular cars in the world, and I really do hope that we can see it come into the future of Rocket Racing and into the Battle Royale scene itself as well. Let's also talk about this for a second. The Nissan 240Z and the Datsun 240Z, as well as the Nissan Z Performance. Okay, the Nissan Z Performance came into the Fortnite item shop itself, being a price of 2,800 V bucks this season. So that was correct. And the Datsun 240Z, or Nissan 240Z, if you will, um, came into the season 15 battle pass, just like this one says right here, like this leak right here says, which gives a lot more credibility to these. But a lot of these cars have been being worked on since January, like I said. So if they aren't coming out soon, then how long do we have to wait on these? Because if they've been being worked on since January, that would imply that they've been on the works for about half a year now, which honestly, kind of gets me a little bit worried about these cars because some of these cars have already been in Rocket League itself, so they already have the models, they're ready and stuff like that. So, but unless I'm just dumb with this entire thing, but I guess let's go on into the next car anyway, being the Cybertruck. Now, this is one that me and my community, or a lot of people in my community, have been waiting on for a while now, and it is also a very iconic car at that. But I've been wanting to see this one ever since the rumors of it being encrypted in the files were there. Which, needless to say, we are 5 or 6 days away from the new season, so it could still be coming out within these next few days. But I'm not holding out any hope for it, if I'm completely honest. I'm thinking it's going to be coming out in the next season because all the cars currently are rotating out of shop the day before the new season. But this is the main reason why I've been waiting on this car, right? Is because the only SUV we have currently is the Behemoth. And I'm really looking forward to getting more SUVs or trucks, off-roaders, basically. So we can actually like have some more customization with it. I feel like it's more fun to have more customization for your cars, and especially for that, like the G-Wagon. But let's go into the next topic, being the Bugatti Sentio 10, the Lamborghini Countach LPI 804, and the McLaren 570S. All three of these cars have had cross-game ownership tags for Rocket League and Fortnite added in the past before, but they were mysteriously removed in one of the recent updates. But honestly, I'm really hoping to see them get added back into that cross game recommendation. These are three cars I feel like could make a lot of money off of like Fortnite could make a lot off of, honestly. Because the Bugatti is a Bugatti, honestly. Let's be completely honest. That car is going to sell a lot no matter how much it would be. The Lamborghini Countach is a very, very well respected car within the car community. Not specifically the 2022 or 2023 version, but more like the 1900s version. But this is the closest thing we're going to get to that for now. And the McLaren 570S, I've seen a lot about it. It's a really popular car from what I've seen, and that is a nice looking car. I'm just going to be completely honest. It's a very nice looking car, but the front end looks a little bit like the 765 LT, so I feel like it could lose a little bit of the selling point on that note. But never mind that. Let's just get on into the next little bit of information that we have going into season 2, being a complete UI revamp. This is what I was talking about earlier with Fortnite potentially changing because of Rocket Racing Season 2. Now, as we all know, the creative and the locker UIs have been an absolute mess. It's been an absolute cluster. Nobody can tell what they're doing inside the actual mode selectors themselves, and I feel like they're running a little experiment with this, honestly. Like, look at this. It's got a rocket racing ranked playlist right here. It's got a speedrun playlist. It's got a casual playlist, which is actually coming in. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit sooner, as well as the training playlist. It's also got the Metallica track right there, but I feel like that was just a placeholder while they were working on it. Honestly, I feel like that had to be there. But anyway, off that topic, uh, going into the next part of the UI, I'm pretty sure this is what would happen. This is what you would see anyway. Whenever you got into whenever you like chose one of the playlists or something like that, right? You'll be able to select the map right there. There's also a mode selection of ranked speed run. There's a casual playlist one down there, and there's a privacy for public or private. My question is though, where are you supposed to change your cars at? That's my only little bit of an issue with this. I guess we'll see whenever we get into it back in here in about 5, 6 days. But yeah, I feel like this will be a really, really good change, and it could change Fortnite for the better overall, honestly. Because season two getting this is a really nice UI, especially for an arcade racing game. This is what I feel like would we would see like if this actually worked out for the better, honestly. But let's get into the next topics, being the death races. Now, I'm not sure how these are going to work exactly, but they're still being worked on currently. But we could be seeing them next season, honestly. I'm really hoping we do see them next season, but right now, it's not looking like we will. We might, like I said, but I just want to theorize on what these could be like. Now, is this what the Fortnite Battle Royale scene has been asking for from Rocket Racing for a while? Maybe like a more Mario Kart style mode where you throw items, maybe you throw boogie bombs, shockwaves, EMPs, stuff like that at people, or is this like a race type of mode where you get where the last place gets eliminated every single lap? I feel like it could be the latter, honestly. But my only question is, how could this go into ranked? If this goes into ranked, right? How could this actually go into it and be a bit of a safe area? Because on one hand, you could choose ranked regular, or you could choose ranked death race, or it could be completely randomized, which is what I could be really worried about. Because think about it, if you go into a race, right, and you're not expecting to see a death race, you like in the ranked mode, obviously, then that could just throw you off a little bit, honestly. I'm not sure like how that could work or how it couldn't work, but if it does, then it does. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But I don't know, honestly. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the death races? What do you guys think about the UI, about the cars, all that kind of stuff? I'm really wanting to know. Also, last little bit I want to get into is the starter pack for next season. I want to know what kind of challenges do you guys think we'll be getting? Because from what we had this season, we only had distance traveled. We didn't have any like new challenges like, oh yeah, pass enemies, run certain laps around the track, anything like that. And I don't feel like running over Riviera about 50 laps again, like we previous did in the last one. But until next time, I'll see you guys over in season two whenever it gets here, and I guess I'll see you guys then. I'll make an update video on that, and we will see how it is. Peace.